Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Signing with Omar. Today we're doing part 2 of the ongoing series, Uncommon ASL Signs. Are you ready? Let's get started. The first sign we're going to do is antecedent, and there are 2 ways to form this sign. Let me show you the first. And basically what I did was before it happened, and we carried from that point on. But let me show you the second way of doing it. And basically what I said was before the situation happened, you went from that point on. These are the 2 ways of signing antecedent. Now there's another familiar sign I want to show you that's pretty similar, and that is the word precedent. So let me show you what that looks like. And what I said with this sign was established beforehand, and you went from that point on. So this is the way of signing precedent. The next sign we're going to do is aggregate. And there are 2 ways to do the sign aggregate. Let me show you the first. That's basically saying we're doing a sum or a total. So let me sign it again. That's the first sign for aggregate. Now the second way of doing it, what I've been told, is as if there was something left over repeatedly. And so you would do the sign left over in a circular motion, showing that something is repeatedly left over. These are the 2 ways of signing aggregate. Okay, the next sign we're going to do is bureaucracy. It is the same sign as government, however, you use an initialized B. I'll do that one more time. That is the sign for bureaucracy. The next sign we're going to do is cohesive. Basically, take your 2 hands, open them up like 5s, and the 2 begin to merge together, and then you form the sign unity. So let me show you that again. That is the sign for cohesive. Okay, so let me show you the sign for clergy. It's simple. Basically, you do the sign for preaching and then group. I'll do it again. That's the sign for clergy. Now, since we're on those lines, let me show you the sign for secular. And basically, the sign is not religious. But sometimes you can do it another way, and I've seen it this way. It's everyday common. Everyday common. So you have not religious, and the second way you can do that is everyday common. These are the 2 ways of doing secular. Okay, the next sign we're going to do is capital gains. It's pretty simple. That is government profit. Let me demonstrate that again. Government profit. That is how you sign capital gains. The next sign we're going to do is convoluted, which basically means you can't really see through it. So you take both hands together and you begin to do a circular motion. And then look at my face. Basically, I'm showing that you really can't see through it. And there are a few words you can do also with the same sign. That's foggy, opaque, blurry, and different words along those lines. Now also, let's just say someone had a stroke and now their speech is not clear. And how I would demonstrate that is this. Let me show you from the side. That's showing that their voice is no longer clear. It's kind of muddled up or a little foggy. So that is if someone had a stroke and now they're having a hard time with their speech, and when you're listening to it, it's not very clear. All right, the next sign we're going to do is clear the air. That may be an idiom, and there's 3 ways that I'm going to show you how to do that. The first is, in other words, let's get straight to it. Straight to it. The second way is, let's get to the point. And the third way is, all right, we recognize it, and let's discuss it. All right, let's go over those one more time. The first, the second, And the third way, that is how I sign clear the air. The next sign we're going to do is carpe diem. Basically, seize the moment, seize the day, take full advantage of it right then and there. So basically, you take the left hand, palm facing up, then you take the right hand, and the right hand goes to grab something out of the left hand and take it back. That is carpe diem. Seize the day. The next sign we're going to do is fad. And there are two different ways of signing this. The first I'm going to show you is, and what I just said was it tends to be popular. Now, the second way of signing fad is, let me do that from the side. Basically what you're saying is it's popular and you follow. And we know fads are usually for maybe a short time, and since it's popular at the time, you have a lot of followers. So these are two ways of signing fad. The next sign we're going to go over is front runner. Take your left hand, palm faces you, it makes a 5. Then you take your right A hand with the thumb extended, starting from the small pinky, working way up to the top on the thumb. Let me do it again. That is the sign for front runner. The next sign we're going to do is friction. There are two different ways to do friction, maybe more, but these two because friction can have more than one meaning. The first way, let me give you an example. What if I were to say, those two guys over there, there's friction between them. And how I would sign that is, in other words, I make Y hands and they butt up against one another. Now the second way, as if you're like in a science class and it's dealing with friction causing heat, the other way to sign that would be rubbing your hands together. That is the second way to sign friction. So let me show you the first and the second. These are both ways of signing friction. The next sign we're going to go over is glut. And that's basically having too much, an overabundance. And so I want you to imagine having a glass. And imagine someone filling that glass up and it's getting full until now it's spilling over. So the sign of the sign glut, basically, that's symbolizing something spilling over. You're having an overabundance of. That's the sign for glut. The next sign we're going to do is grandstand, which is the same sign for stadium. Now, picture a stadium, the circular parameters of a stadium. Now, picture being on the very inside. You're right there in the field and you're looking up at the seats. And you notice how the seats kind of go up. So to sign grandstand, you just pretend you're going down and you're working your way up the seats. That is the sign for grandstand or stadium. The next sign we're going to do is gauge. And we know when we're gauging something, we're trying to keep track of it. So let me demonstrate. Basically, you're keeping your eye on it and you're writing down. You can do that 3 times. 1, 2, 3, write down. 1, 2, 3, write down. 1, 2, 3, write down. That is how you do the sign gauge. So the next sign we're going to do is grow out of it. And it can also be used as an idiom. So let me show you how that's signed. You form an M with the right hand, open up the left, and that right hand goes up. Then you take the right hand, touch the temple, and you do the sign from here, established, and then change. And so basically what you're saying, as the person is maturing, his mindset, it begins to change. So let me show you that in real time. That is grow out of it. The next sign we're going to do is harvest. Pretty easy sign. Basically, take the left hand, palm is facing upward, Then you take the right hand and form 5, and you begin to wiggle it as if you're grabbing hold of some things. You can also use that for the sign reap. So let me do that again. That is the sign for harvest. The next sign we're going to do is hypocrite. So let me show you this. You basically take both hands, and instead of doing a 5, bring the fingers together, but leave the thumbs facing outward. Turn the left palm down, and then take the right and place it directly on top. The 4 fingers are placed right on top of each other. You can see the thumbs that are extended out. Then you take these 4 fingers on each hand and you bend them down. That is hypocrisy. Now, to form hypocrite, you have to add the agent sign to it. So let me demonstrate that. If you're going to do hypocrite, but if you're just doing hypocrisy, that is how you form hypocrisy and hypocrite. The next sign we're going to do is index, and I'm talking about the index at the back of a book. So to sign this, you sign book, then you turn to the end, and then you have the list. So let me show you what that looks like. That is the sign for index. These are my 20 uncommon signs. I hope you've enjoyed them. If you did enjoy them, stay tuned for my next video.